want you to remember that no bastard ever won the war by dying for his country. He won it by making the other foregone bastard die for his country. Man, all this stuff you've heard about Americans not wanting to fight. What does it say out of the war? It was out of force come. Americans traditionally love to fight. All real Americans love the sting of battle. When you were a kid, you were all of the American champion marble shooter, the fastest runner, the big league ball player, the toughest boxer. Americans love winners, and we will not tolerate a loser. Americans play to win all the time. I wouldn't give up putting hell for a man who lost and laughed. That's why Americans have never lost and will never lose a war. Because the very thought of losing is painful to Americans. Now, an army is a king. It leads fight as a king. This individual stuff is a bunch of crap. The biggest bastard rule that stops a fighting individuality or the steady individual pulse. Don't know anything more about real battle than they do about a frontier. Now we have the finest food and curriculum, the best spirit, and the best man in the world. You know, like that I actually eat those professors we're going up against. Like that I do. We are not just going to shoot the bastards. We are going to cut out their living guts and use them to raise the chance of our tank. We are going to murder those lousy hand bastards by the bushel. Now, there's another thing I want you to remember. Another thing I want you to remember. I don't want to get infected. Saying that we are putting our position. We are not putting anything. Let the hung do that. We are advancing constantly, and we are not interested in holding on to anything except the enemy. We are going to hold on to him by the nose, and we're going to kick him in the ass. We are going to kick the hell out of him all the time, and we're going to go through him like crap through a boot. Now, some of you boys I know are wondering whether or not you're chicken down in the fair. Don't worry about it. I can assure you that you will love your duty. The Nazis are the enemy. Witness them. Build their blood. Shoot them in the belly. When you push your hand into a bunch of food, the moment it throws your best friend's face, you know what to do. All right, now, it's fun to fix it. You know how I feel. 30 years from now, and here's another thing, when you get back home, you must stand up for it. 30 years from now, when you're sitting around your fireside with your grandson on your knees, and he asks you, what did you do in the Great World War II? You won't have to say, well, I shoveled shit in Louisiana. Now be proud to teach you wonderful guys into battle, anytime, anywhere. That's all. And that is a news from the CNN. CCTV 9, China's only English language is China. CCTV Golden Bridge, CCTV exclusive advertising agent, can just put your company in touch with the audience of news. Good afternoon to you. I'm Red Jeffrey from the CNN Center in Atlanta. Check out what's happening now in the news. We're going to start with the first line of court. It's happening in dangerous country of Iowa. This hour, even though it's more than 200 miles from the Texas coast, the massive Category 2 fills up most of south of Mexico, as you can see from this image. It's even bigger than Hurricane Katrina. In western Texas, ice is already pushing massive amounts of water towards that area. The city's seawall, no match for the search. For those who decide to ride out the storm in the most dangerous areas, there is a dire warning from the National Weather Service. It says this is certain that. One expert says from my rival, China. The strong waves from my myself from a reader that is floating adrift without power. The Coast Guard says the stranded ship holding a petroleum by product and 22 passengers on board is without power in 90 miles south of Galveston. A regular time would be too dangerous. And the Coast Guard thinks the best thing to do now is just to let the storm push it to shallow water, where it can then drop anchor. Now, the temperature is rising on the right of presidential campaign trails. The campaign trails are enriching a flurry of aid and medals. It's one up towards accusing the other one of unfair tax. Barack Obama is in Dover, New Hampshire. He is talking about tax relief for the middle class. And he has another stop in Houston later today. Meanwhile, John McCain is making the rounds of the daytime TV talk show. He was on the TV View earlier today, and also had an appearance on the Rachel Reed show. The U.S. is picking up Venezuela's ambassador. This comes after presidential Hugo Chavez told a group of supporters that Washington, Yankee ambassador has 72 hours to leave Caracas. Chavez accuses the U.S. of having back its co-protagonist. He said he is recalling his own Chavez, also that he is taking the action in the show of solidarity with Bolivia. There are some renewed fears now about China's food that the abrupt chunks of contained powder milk appear to have taken dozens of babies. Chinese media reports more than 50 babies suffered kidney stones, and one even died after drinking milk contained with melamine. That's the same chemical involved in last year's massive tax you recall. Those are your headlines. These are our statistics with us here at CNN for more on this story and the other news of the day. All right.